Now, this is a cold open, so we just keep the conversation going.
Welcome to the second episode. We're not keeping any conversation going. Nick finally joined us. He's had a really busy schedule.
We were legitimately shorthanded.
Literally has so much going. So busy, as I used to say to about people I worked with.
So last night, the West Coast games didn't end until, what, 1:30?
Yeah, it was like 1:30 for us.
Depends on done. Yeah, they both ended about the same time. The Avs ended about the same time as the Kings and the Oilers.
I'm familiar because I said to Nick, if this is how the hockey playoffs are going to go, you are in for a long 3 months, bro.
Yeah. Hopefully.
If it's every night till 1:30 waiting for the West Coast to end, this is not going to end well. Luckily, he's off from school this week, but it will get brutal.
The good news is, as you join the podcast, you like, you subscribe, you watch, more views, the better chance Nick has of leaving school altogether and doing this full time. We can have him interview all of the college programs out there. I'm kind of a little tripped out on his lights. Are you taking the methane blue there? Or what was it called, Todd?
Oh, the methylene blue?
Yeah, are you taking that? Is that why we're all like a Smurf here? Or what's going on? I'm lost on the lighting. Are we just sad because the Canadiens lost in overtime? What's going on? Do we have to wipe your tears up for something?
Totally could have won that game.
Okay.
Sure goal.
Sure, they could have won. And they did not. Every team I've decided in hockey could have won. Every game. It was
closer because it was in overtime.
Fair point. Although I would argue that watching that game, Washington was like, we scored 2 goals, we're up 2-0. I think we're fine.
I got to tell you something. I was impressed with Montreal in that because you knew the Caps were going to come in hard. You knew they're home. They're all revved up. They're all celebrating.
And they took it well in the first period. It could have been like 5-0, but they took it well. And then once they scored 2, which everybody knew they would score, Tom Wilson was going crazy. Ovi was scoring. Everyone was hyped up. Once it got to like the third period, that was Canadians' chance, and they came through. It was a close one.
Yeah, with Tom Wilson's behavior in the hockey game, I'm surprised he's missing the MS-13 tats on his knuckles. That guy's about one more hit away from getting deported.
I will say the hardest hitting series I've seen thus far has got to be, to me, Winnipeg-St. Louis.
You think?
I think Winnipeg-St. Louis, I think the Oilers and the Kings were like, I'm just going to call that a healthy scratch of a game because the Kings had so much just anger about the last game. They've been getting ousted by Edmonton. They have all this anger and issues, and it's like they didn't want to talk to a therapist, so they took it out on Edmonton. and then still, McDavid does what McDavid does, which is
how good is McDavid?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I have a theory. Since we're bopping around, let's just start with the Kings Oilers series. There's 2 points I want to make about this series. One is I think the NHL needs to tweak the playoff lineup so we don't get the same series every year in the first round. Because of the way they do the wild card, the chances of a 2-3 within the division playing each other gets a little higher.
Right.
So if they just did a pure 1-8, I think you have a better chance of these teams.
That's what most people want.
So I think the NHL commissioner who doesn't pay attention that would be the one fix I would make because a lot of people are already over the Kings playing Edmonton in the very first round. Now, here's the Edmonton problem that I think is just a problem when you have the greatest player that ever put on hockey skates, in my opinion, that I'm watching him right now in today's era. McDavid is so good, I think his team gets caught watching him. They just watch him skate around, and they're like, this is amazing. Definitely. And they don't move. There's no play. It's just McDavid takes on 3 guys. He does like 13 things, and there's a guy just sitting by the net. He's just sitting by the goalie, waiting for McDavid to juke 3 guys. Then he passes to him, and it's like, oh, we got a goal. And McDavid goes into the locker room and is like, are we doing any plays? And the coach is like, here is the play. Pulls out the whiteboard. You take the puck, and you skate. And we are all just going to wait for you to find us. But I don't know if that's a thing, but I just watch him, and he looks so fast.
He's like crazy.
And he just is all over the place. Like, again, they had no business tying that game. It's crazy. I turned it off. I was locked in on the Stars game. I check it
5-5. What's happening? Both goals at the same time. Deneau, Blackwell, I was going crazy. And McDavid is just even better in real life, too. It's great seeing him play. I just hate, like, going against him sometimes because what he does is just phenomenal. And, I mean, yeah, like, they watch him score and all, but, like, it works sometimes, but you gotta help him out.
But if I went and looked at his points, I mean, he's played 712 games, so he's about half. He has half of the games that Sid the Kid has played, pretty much. He's right on that halfway mark. And he has less than half of Ovechkin. Now, Sid the Kid has more points than Ovechkin. We all know that.
Yeah.
But he has over 1,000 points, so he's not behind. I mean, he does have a legit shot in points, depending on how he plays and what team they surround him with. But his assists are going to be crazy in his career.
Yeah.
You had 3 assists last night.
A goal and 3 assists. That's insane numbers for.
Can we talk about the fact that game was over?
Over.
It was 4-0.
Nothing.
Over.
Oh, Edmonton looked dead. Didn't they just look dead? They didn't have energy.
Kings had all the momentum.
Energy.
Field was cooking.
Hitting people. The Oilers it didn't even feel like the Oilers wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And they were turning the puck over. They were making bad passes in their own zone. They were playing sloppy. They just were not playing well. And then they started to score a little bit in the third, but then they, stupid challenge. That was a stupid challenge to give them a 5-on-3, even though they killed it. But again, I look at the first game. I'd scratch it away. Edmonton's there. They know what it takes.
Yeah.
See what happens in game 2. But if they play sloppy, you can have McDavid all you want. You're not going to win 4 games against LA playing sloppy. LA is a very clean team.
Mm-hmm.
To your point, Nick, about Todd picking them all the way, LA's got a legit team. And they're facing the best player in hockey. Without the best goalie, we all know they don't have the best goalie. That's how good he is. Like, can you imagine if he was on Winnipeg or on St. Louis?
Definitely.
Like, it's crazy to think about.
Yeah, Hellebuck. And now, like, the Jets series, Hellebuck hasn't been great in the playoffs these past couple of years, but he stood up last night, and it was great. He was, I don't even know how many saves he had, but 2-1, it's not easy with the Blues lineup, because Jordan Kyrou, they all put it on him in that first game. He knew, he stepped up last night.
I feel that series, obviously, I think it's going to go a little longer. I think Game 3 is going to go to St. Louis.
Yeah.
I think St. Louis is going to be rocking. That's going to be a great town. Just like I think the Ottawa-Toronto series starts Game 3. I know they're in Game 2 right now, but Toronto looks like they're very comfortable, and Ottawa hasn't figured out how to make them uncomfortable.
I don't think St. Louis has a chance.
It's fair.
They've been moving the puck well in their zone. It's just they don't have home ice. When they have home ice, when they're like how they're moving the puck, it's promising that it's not over. I totally think they're gonna win the next one.
Well, okay.
So you both still confident in Winnipeg?
I actually think Winnipeg, Montreal for the final. That was my bracket.
That was your bracket.
I mean,
listen, I agree, like the McDavid thing and him coming back, even like for the Kings to come back and win that. But like, you remember that movie Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell and Mike Ditka, and like he coached the soccer team, and the only thing he did was he had the 2 Italian kids from the butcher shop, and their whole strategy was get it to the Italians. Connor McDavid is the 2 Italian kids.
No. You got another superstar on Edmonton. It's not just McDavid.
Draisaitl.
I mean, those 2 guys.
Well, those 2 guys are the Italians.
Yeah,
McDavid and Draisaitl, and
those are the Italian kids.
That's the play.
I feel like that's how they play too. They're like, get out of the way. Why did you touch the puck? I'm putting you on the bench. You touched the puck.
It's not even like you saw the one where McDavid weaved through like 6 guys. Like, I don't even know if there were 6 guys on the ice. There's 6 guys that like just puts it right around the goal. Like,
all he had to do was just like slip it in 5-hole because he's so fast. He just stuns everybody. It's not even like they don't have like a bad depth. Like, they have a lot of good players. He just makes everyone look horrible He's crazy.
My favorite is they interviewed the coach of LA. They were in the second period and they had not allowed a shot in like 12 minutes. And I said, "You're doing really good on McDavid. What kind of defense do you have?" He goes, "Layers. We have layers. You don't stop him with one person. You have like three people. And then if he beats you, you pray to God that he misses the net. Like that's what you do with McDavid."
But then there's Draisaitl, which has
both of these guys, to Todd's point, that is a very accurate movie description of the two of them. I think that's what the coach should be less. The coach is he's too well put together. The Edmonton coach, he should be more like crazy looking, like crazy hair, shout more. He's very calm. He has nice hair. He's very like, his interviews are like, I feel our 5-on-5 is really good.
Yeah.
Like he's not nutty enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to Montreal, Washington. So here's my take on it, and then you guys like Montreal. So I just felt Washington was bigger. I felt Washington was very comfortable. I felt the pace of play was pretty normal. I felt Montreal is not like they're trying to pick a fight, and they shouldn't. They just don't have the bodies for it. They have a couple bodies for it, but not all the bodies. So we'll see how game 2 is. I would agree with you. I think it was great for them, and I think it's great for their pick-me-up, if you will. I do agree with the analysis after the goal in overtime where Hudson just got caught. He got bodied off, and then he just got caught, and Ovechkin's in front of the net and made a great play on a flying puck for his first overtime winner in the playoffs. So congrats to him on his 2 goals. I didn't have that happening.
No, or the assist. He was responsible for all 3 points for the Caps.
That was not expected. But again, so we'll see how they go in the playoffs. But again, I think game 2 will be a little more fun. I just felt they were bigger. I thought Washington is ready for playoffs, and Montreal needs the carb load.
Yeah, and you said that before on the first one. You said they were bigger, they had the guys, and then they did. They showed up, they were hitting, and yeah, but Montreal, they came, they saw, and then they conquered. But then Ovi, he played good. I'm surprised he got an assist because he can't get an assist if his life depends on it. It was great getting him those 2 goals. And Anthony Beauvillier, he's actually the first person to get an assist for Crosby and Ovechkin in the same season, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a little tidbit there.
I do have a question for you. Who on Montreal is going to take on the task of laying out Ovechkin?
He's not a human being alive.
You need like the Hulk to set him.
I'm asking who on Montreal, because when Montreal hits him, someone just goes it and just says, "I don't care if I get a penalty. I'm hitting your superstar. I'm sending a message."
You know what? I think.
What message are you going to send? I can hit the ice fast after I hit the guy.
Brendan Gallagher, he was chirping away in that game at Tom Wilson and everybody. If he's a guy to like send the message, it's Brendan Gallagher.
I just think Montreal, we'll see how game 2 goes, because if it's a 4-1 win for Washington, you need to send a message before you go game 3, because that's what all the teams do.
Washington flirted with losing.
Yeah,
and Logan Thompson came back, and he played well. So
like great.
He did really well.
I felt 15 minutes left to go in the third period. Washington played too much in their defensive end. They didn't put any rushes on. They were just, we're going to be fine. They're not going to score. They're not going to score. Then you just felt it. Once Montreal scored the first goal, you felt all the momentum, and then they needed the overtime. Like if Montreal would have won in regular time, that's what they needed, because I felt all the momentum. They had everything going their way. They had tilted the whole ice, and then in overtime, Washington was like, remember how we played? Let's play that way.
Yep.
So
imagine them, Montreal and Montreal.
It's going to be great.
Having that energy.
It's going to be great. So game 3 will be fun. We'll see how game 2 goes. I still like Washington, not my Washington. I like Washington. You guys still like Montreal.
Yeah.
Early, 7-game series, very early. I want to jump back over Eastern Conferences. I think pretty easy. Toronto feels very comfortable against Ottawa. Ottawa hasn't made them uncomfortable, so I expect the end of game 2 for there to be some scrapping, some fights. Then they get to go to Ottawa where everyone gets really, really ripped. And then Ottawa will win those 2 games, and then Toronto's going to do the usual, we're so nervous, we don't know what it's like, we can't lose, but we can't win either. That's what I'm betting on.
Senators, they're losing every game. Toronto's sweeping.
You got a sweep? All right.
No, but I had it in 6, and I think it's going to be in 6. But, like, the way it's going right now.
Toronto looks extremely comfortable.
Yeah.
When they play, they have space. They're moving the puck. They seem comfortable. Yeah. And Ottawa hasn't made
great in all these teams.
Ottawa hasn't made them look the way Ottawa makes teams look, which is you're uncomfortable. We'll hit you. We'll make you feel like a little tentative into coming into our zone.
Mm-hmm.
The game was closer than 6-2.
Definitely. And oh my goodness, William Nylander might be my favorite playoff hockey player. He was buzzing in that game. And also was Mitch Marner, and also was Matthews.
Yep.
I think the whole entire team was showing up. And they're showing up right now. They're up 2-1.
They're very comfortable. If Ottawa can steal game 2, it's going to be crazy regardless. I mean, but I would look at it as a steal if they can get this one.
Ottawa's got to behave.
Oh, God.
They got to behave.
These
zero discipline.
Crazy.
26 penalty minutes.
They're gonna have more when they're at home, and their fans are like, "Here, have a beer in the penalty box. You could drink."
And all those chants saying like Brady sucks. What do you think they're gonna say when like?
Oh man, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, Canadians are so nice.
The energy between the two arenas is pretty good. I think I like that. So Eastern Conference, we'll see how that goes. You guys like Toronto still? I still will. Ottawa, I don't feel that shaky about, but I'm okay with it.
Yo, Mitch Marner, 4 points. He's +3. Line is controlling 71% of the expected goals. I mean, it's...
I'm going to jump to the easy one. Carolina. New Jersey had some injuries. Carolina looked solid. They got 2-0. We all thought it was going to be easy. It looks easy. Do we need to cover this much? Carolina's a solid team. If you're Carolina, go to game 3, do work, get it done. Don't get any injuries, make it happen. That's what my coaching message would be.
Yeah, and the game was close. The Devils got a lot of good chances in that game. I think like 2-1 was like a good score because, oh man, Markstrom was great. Freddie Anderson was that was a great performance by Freddie Anderson in that game that I just watched. It was crazy. He was saving everything. And I think Jack Hughes is like a big spot that they need right now. And if they don't get him, like I don't think they're gonna get him back. And if they don't get him back in New Jersey, I don't see them coming out of the series with like 2 wins.
We just have all felt Carolina's just loaded. It just feels like there's waves. They're smart.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they're doing. The other series that they just started tonight. It's 1-1 right now. It's Tampa and Florida. I still feel pretty strong about Tampa. I think we all picked Tampa.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's a lucky goal. Sam Bennett just got like a flying puck and he just flew it past.
And Kachuk was a game time decision. Was he end up cleared to go or no?
He's in now. He's playing. He's actually looking pretty good.
God bless him. I swear to God, hats off. I don't even know what it is. I'm sure we'll find out after the season. But like, these guys are just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Tough.
I mean, anybody who, I would love anybody on any podcast to be like, I don't know what's wrong with him. Why is it? Hats off. If he doesn't have a good series, like I'm still remembered when he went to the finals against Vegas and he played with his busted back.
Yeah, he was electric.
Like, again, no one questions. Like, all these hockey guys are just wild. They all are. I mean, and then the other thing is, how many times have you watched a playoff game where a guy eats a puck, just eats it off of some part of his body where you just watch it and you go, I think he's dead. He gets up, skates to the bench, and he's in his next shift. He's like, I'm ready to go. I swear to God, I watch that and I'm like, I just shake my head. I'm like, that is different.
Lunacy.
You're different humans. You're just different humans.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the Eastern. I think we're excited about the Florida series regardless. I think on the Western Conference, we touched Winnipeg, St. Louis. Going back to St. Louis, obviously it's a must-win. Winnipeg goes up 3-0. That makes it extremely difficult for anyone to beat that team 4 in a row. I think St. Louis has to do it, so the fans are going to be electric. Let's go to the Dallas Avs series. So first thing I want to say is the Dallas Mavericks the basketball team had a huge problem this year in how they dealt with their fans.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they had Fire Nico shirts in the Dallas Stars arena. So for the Dallas Stars game, who play in the same arena that the Mavs, they were asking for them to fire Nico because there's no policy about wearing those shirts on the Dallas Stars games. The other thing I have to tell, huge bad marks for Dallas. Your ice was terrible. Nobody said it. The guys were falling all over the place. Every single person who was an objective viewer of it said the ice was sloppy. Guys were falling all over the place. Get it better, Dallas. Make it better ice. I understand why you want to slush it up, because guess who has better skaters?
yeah.
The Avs.
Mm-hmm.
The Avs have better skaters.
Yeah.
So when you look at this scenario, in my opinion, Dallas made the ice worse because they need the Avs skaters to not be as pure.
That's 4D chess right there.
The Colorado Avalanche ice is going to be so cool and crisp. You're about to watch some speed and some moves by those players that you're going to go,
Boy.
oh, here we go. Dallas likes it sloppy. Let's just call it what it is. We'll call it the Dallas Slushies. Avs get a win. It's 1-1. I like my Avs. I think Dallas cheats. It's the only way they know how to win. That's my view.
Yo, you're a rookie goalie and you go in and you stop 34 out of 35.
That performance was one of the best playoff performances I think I've ever seen. I've been saying this about like a lot of goalies, but that was impressive. I don't think anybody expected that out of Mackenzie Blackwood, because he stood up by Ottinger.
Right.
Ottinger had all this hype going into the playoffs. Blackwood, he was just all over. And
Does that make you believe a little more in the Avs now that you've seen his performance so far? 2 games has been great. He's been great in both games.
But Ottinger was a star game too.
he was.
Oh,
And
but-
yeah, I do have more hope for the Avs now. They were looking great. I think that Dallas, they had to pick it up in game 2 and near the end, and they did. They got that lucky goal from Hintz, and then
And the overtime goal, in all reality, like the 2 guys, it's a classic goal. It's a classic goal in overtime.
yeah,
The 2 guys are battling in front of the net. He puts it on net. He stops the puck, and then it's just far enough away that he can't grab it. And the 2 guys that are on the Dallas player both fall, leaving the Dallas player to come in and go top shelf. And great shot, but that's overtime. Overtime is you don't even care if it's an ugly goal. Just put it on net. I always say this when I watch a Frozen 4 where guys pass a lot in overtime, and they're in the Frozen 4, they want to do a cute pass. I'm like, you know what? Do you know who doesn't win? You don't win on passes. You need to be selfish. Put it on net. Good things happen when you put it on net.
and I don't think that overtime was like one-sided at all.
No, it wasn't. It was great.
Back and forth. It was great hockey. And the fact that the Kings game was going at the same time, you had McDavid, you had like Johnston, the Sagan, the Stars were going back and forth. That was like prime hockey
Great night.
playoffs right there.
It was a great night of hockey. I would imagine the numbers look pretty good. I still like my Avs. Do you guys still like Dallas?
I
was on
No, you
I was
like
on
the-
Avs. I
Todd,
was
you're
on
the
Avs.
What do you think about the Avs, Todd?
I think, listen, the Avs have done a really good job of shutting down Ricky Tiki Tab, Ratatin, Tat.
I think he's in his own head, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
yes.
He's -3 through first 2 games.
He's
a lot
way
better.
better than that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely is.
He had a lot of points with Avs in the playoffs.
I think it's a hard struggle for him to play against Colorado. His heart. I mean, you won a cup with him. He knows all these guys.
Yep.
They love each other. Nobody when he was traded, nobody was like, fine, bye. They were like probably hugging, texting, saying how much they loved him, how much they appreciated everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
do you think the captain from the 2022 Stanley Cup team he was a scratched late for game 2?
Yeah.
I think, which was smart. You're up 1-0.
Yeah.
They scratched him. They bring him back for game 3, and the roof comes off in Colorado.
Yeah, it's gonna be great in Colorado. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Have you been to a game at the Avs Arena?
I haven't.
I went to the playoff game against Edmonton when they won the cup in 2022. I wanted to see the Oilers in person. I was sitting in the lower bowl, and I thought the world was ending. They were so loud when they scored a goal. They scored a goal, and they scored a second goal within 30 seconds. The crowd hadn't stopped celebrating the other goal. Then it got louder, and I was like, whatever it is, I can't hear myself. I'm like, this is crazy, and it went on for 5 to 10 minutes.
Man.
They had to call a timeout because the crowd was so loud.
Do you think that, like, compares to American Airlines Center where the Dallas plays? Like, when Jamie Benn scored that, like, third period goal.
The Avs Stadium was the loudest I've been in. I've been in the Vegas Stadium in the playoffs. I know they lost. I've been in the Dallas Stadium in the playoffs. Dallas, I believe, beat Edmonton in that game. But I'm telling you, the Avs Stadium, my body felt it. Like, I was just like, they are everywhere. And these two guys next to me never left their seat the entire game. And I was just like, you guys are all in. So the Avs fans are Avs fans for life. That stadium is going to be crazy.
Yo, Ottinger is a 1.99 goals against average at Ball Arena.
That's promising.
So how much leeway is Colorado going to give to Georgiev over Blackwood?
I'm telling you right now, the next two games, I think Colorado takes both of them, and I think they score 8 goals.
Just no shot. Dallas, they were looking great, and they had all the players. Johnston skating incredibly.
Listen, I'm just telling you. I go by feeling and vibe.
Yeah.
You got to go by vibes and feelings in my life. That's my vibe and feeling. You disagree with me, and that's fine. I'm not saying you're wrong. You won one series. I'm just saying the Avs, I have that feeling about the Avs.
Panthers just scored. They're up 2-1 now.
Well, we always had the feeling you got to kill a champion, and Tampa can do that, but we'll see. Yeah. Let's go to the easy series in the Western Conference, if you don't mind. The Vegas Golden Knights versus Minnesota. I don't feel this is going to be a series, but I have to, as I'm representing my DU gear, I have to give it up for Zabc. His first game as an NHL player is the first round playoff matchup, and then I put him in.
Yo, that kid looks like he's 10 years old. Nick, you look older than Zabc.
Him and Nick look about. If Nick wore a helmet and was like, "Hey, I'm Z. I'm here for the podcast,"
oh my goodness,
they would be like, "Oh yeah, there he is. He's here doing a podcast. He can tell us how the game was."
It wasn't the best debut, but I thought it was good. I thought it was like kind of funny how he was playing there. But oh man, that was just tough for the Wild. They showed some work, but man, that Thomas Hertl goal, how we just slipped it right over Gustafsson's head. Bro, one place the puck can go. It was a perfectly placed puck.
It's so, when I see those shots, and I'm like, that is amazing. I know he's probably practiced that 1 million times.
Oh yeah.
He just sits there by the net, just hit with that, that 1 inch. That's the other thing I would tell you about St. Louis as far as goals. They are beating Winnipeg with some of the best shots. Like, it's not like they're beating him on poor little floaters, like top shelf, slap shots, beautiful shots. So that's the other thing. If you're watching hockey, and we're all hockey fans, so you should be too, these goals are incredible. To your point, like his goal and that Vegas goal, steals the puck right by his face. The goaltender has no chance.
Vegas had 1 minor, and the Wild had 10 penalty minutes.
Yeah, I told you, Vegas, they're like the best non-penalized team.
They're clean.
And that's huge.
They're clean.
Huge. They're disciplined. Very disciplined team. And they're not, they take it seriously.
Yo, and Kaprizov's not conditioned. Dude had 0 shots in the third period. And
he's coming back from an injury. I know.
I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying, like, he's going to fade after the second period.
Yeah.
So here's where we believe that Vegas will overpower them in a short series. This is where Vegas gets the benefit of the doubt. They play the winner of Edmonton beating LA, which to me, if Edmonton and LA don't go 7, like, it's a shame to society. But like, they just know each other so well. They don't like each other. There is a lot of hatred there.
Mm-hmm. I think Vegas's decor is absolutely like more than the Wild can take. They're destroying the Wild, and even if they like do versus either the Kings or Edmonton, it's going to be a great series between both teams. And I totally think the Knights are going to take the Wild. They're Earl's going.
I haven't seen anything change my opinion either. I think Vegas is a clear cut.
Yeah.
And I know we've seen them one game. They play again, I believe, tonight.
Yeah, they play at like 11 my time tonight. But
yep. Yeah, so we get to watch game 2. We'll see what goes on there. That'll be a lot of fun.
They got to keep Eichel going up against Rossi.
Eichel's so good.
Yeah.
Dear God, is he good?
Yeah. Rossi's just too short. They don't have big body guys. I mean, like, maybe some, but like the forwards, it's not like everyone on Vegas. Eichel's got the size, he's got the energy, and holy, he can shoot.
The thing to me that I look at as well is like when you look at earning the Stanley Cup, the amount of talent that's out in the NHL, like if you win one of these Annie Cups at this time, it's incredible. There's so much talent. Like I'm looking at the Western Conference and I'm like, I still believe in 6 teams. I still believe 6 teams can do it. And on the Eastern Conference, I wish Florida and Tampa weren't playing each other.
Yeah.
In all reality, because like there's some teams that are in there that I don't think have a chance. But you know what? Florida and Tampa get to sharpen it up in the very first round, just like Edmonton and LA. So I had Edmonton. You guys both picked LA. My 2 cents on the Edmonton LA game. I felt LA. Again, it's a tale of 2 games. The first 2 periods, I felt LA was very structured, very controlled, very well-oiled. They would attack you with counterattacks. They did a very good job with that. Then the third period, Edmonton said, welcome to chaos, blew the doors open, and everybody was like, what happened to LA the first 2 periods? So I felt Edmonton wasn't there, then they showed up. So I still feel good about Edmonton, so I kind of want to throw that first game away. But LA has a really good, to your point, good goaltender, good complete team, good defense, good overall players.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel after the first game? I know I'm throwing it away, which you can't do, but I mean, they lost.
Yeah. But, so, LA Edmonton, I feel like it was kind of a similar thing how the Canadiens and Capitals game went when it was just like they came out hard. They scored 2, but then Canadians came in third period. It was kind of the same thing, but then 4-0, everyone like was on the Dallas game. But then you have now it's like 4-1, and then 5-2 or 4-2, and then they scored another one. And then it was 2 minutes left, and now they just keep on going. They don't stop. And it's like, just please, just time, run out. And it was good. And I think the whole series is going to be like that. It's going to be very, very back and forth. Both teams are great. I think LA has a better lineup on paper. Connor McDavid's going to have to do a lot of work. Is it
too much? Do you think they're asking too much of him to do for this series, or even because this is the first series, like for the Cup? I just feel like, golly, then you got to face Vegas unless Vegas falls off the mat.
I think if they make a run, they probably have the hardest run out of anybody. Maybe Dallas, but Edmonton does have it difficult, Well,
I mean,
they haven't committed. By the way, they haven't committed to Kemper for game 2, so Phoenix Copley could end up.
I thought it was a team thing. I didn't think it was the goalie. I just felt the team kind of. I think this is the other problem when you're ahead 4-0 and things were just going well for him. And even when it was 4-1, 4-2, then it was 5-2. Like, it just, LA felt very comfortable. I felt like they lost their edge. So that's kind of why I want to throw the game out. And
you can't let McDavid and Draisaitl, shoot 23 times. You can't do that. You can't let the Italians shoot 23 times. I don't think
anyone can stop that. That's my point.
Yeah,
you can't stop that.
Good.
Like, I don't know how you stop that unless you just don't cover other players. They
have a lot of experience. They have a lot of old guys on that team that have seen them play before. But it's still, they were skating. Give them 1 period. You give them time, you give them space. 1 period at least, 5 goals or 4.
Yeah.
You can't give them that.
It was 4-0, and look at what they scored. They scored with 4 seconds to go at the end of the second. Like the Kings controlled the whole period. They're up 4-0. I was like, oh, they're going to go in 4-0. And then Edmonton scores with like no time left.
Yeah, but they gave them 2 power plays in the final 10 minutes.
Correct. I just feel like LA was playing. They started playing on their heels. They lost their edge. It just happens. I think there's more to the sports psychology thing. When you're ahead 4-0, you just feel like they're never going to come back.
Yeah, and then they had that 5-on-3 where Fialo was ripping shots.
They didn't score.
If they scored on that, I think they would have way more energy. Everyone would have been on their feet. I think the game would have possibly ended there. That was the greatest chance I think any team has had so far. They were all in. There was maybe 10 feet within the goal, and
that was first off, that was a terrible challenge to make it a 5-on-3 penalty. Just eat the penalty. 5-on-4. They gave him a full 2-minute 5-on-3. The fact LA didn't score, they should have lost the game. When you have a 5-on-3 with 2 full minutes and you do not score, that is as pros, that's crazy. It's too easy with 5-on-3. It's too easy.
So this was McDavid's 4th or actually his 6th career playoff game with 4 points. There's one person who has more.
And Lemieux.
And it's Wayne Gretzky. How many 4-point playoff games does Wayne Gretzky have? Take a guess.
He has how many? How many does McDavid have?
McDavid has 6.
6.
He has 6, and he's second all by himself.
Second.
And so Gretzky at 13?
Very close.
12.
12. Gretzky has 12. Dude, you're like a savant.
I would say
Amadeus Mozart was writing operas at the age of 15. My son is the Amadeus Mozart of hockey history at the age of 15.
I think McDavid could break that record.
He's going to break a lot of records. The 1,000 points, oof. He's not slowing down.
He's got 750 assists already. 1,000 points, I think he's already there.
Oh, yeah.
He's already at 1,000 points, yes.
I don't think anyone's going to beat Gretzky's assist record. He is 1,000.
That's nuts.
More assists than anybody has points. Yager's right there, but...
That's right.
Unreal.
That's a lot of passing.
But 4 points in a playoff game, the way the team plays, the way McDavid skates around everybody and then leaves the puck, the goalie's following him and he's leaving the puck on the other side for a wide open net. Some of the goals these guys get playing with McDavid are so easy.
Yeah. And bro, that goal that tied it up and he just slid it through Kemper's 5-hole, perfect placement. And all he had to do, he didn't overdo it. He skated around everybody. And then you didn't see any Oilers player there because no one can skate with him. He's so fast. Stick handles were great. And yeah, also I think if they scored on that 5-on-3, if Fiala just got one in, it would have been over. And they focused on Fiala in that power play like they did the Hurricanes in this latest game with Seth Jarvis. They just needed to score on that and just focusing on one guy. And you need the firepower. You need the plays.
I wish they wouldn't play at 1 a.m. Eastern time.
So
I just let me know if you need me to write you a note for your work. Todd is not feeling well in the mornings between 8 and noon.
April through June.
Yes.
But basically comes down to
again, the game's in LA. When are you going to play it? 5 o'clock when nobody can even make it to the arena?
Do everything else at that time.
No, it's LA. You got to be in the prime time for them. It's going to be the same with Edmonton.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I haven't changed. I haven't changed my position on any team. I will say St. Louis the ice is cracking.
I am more entrenched in my positions than ever before, and I have never been more confident in my picks.
And what do you guys think the most entertaining series is to watch right now?
Anybody who hits Tom Wilson.
And you on that one.
I think as it's getting going, I think it's easier for me to answer the least entertaining. So Carolina to me is the least entertaining with the Devils.
Okay.
That one feels very much like I just had some toast. It's not even it's dry toast. It's just not even there.
I think we still got to watch the Florida series, see how that one plays out. It's looking pretty even right now. I mean, just one period.
I think the two for me that I am very interested in is Florida and the Avs in Dallas.
Yeah.
And the Avs in Dallas is because
very fun to watch.
Been to both arenas. Dallas and the Avs have a history. I think Edmonton and LA comes behind that because they've played so much.
Mm-hmm.
And also because every time McDavid's on, I'm watching.
Yeah, he's great to watch.
Like, if you're not watching McDavid and you're a hockey fan, like, why wouldn't you watch this? It's unbelievable. Like, he leaves everybody speechless.
And the amount of names that Dallas has, like Matt Duchene, Rope Haynes, Wyatt Johns, I can keep on going. It's very fun to watch. They have a lot of chemistry. And it's tough, too, that they have versus the Avalanche in the first round. Because I feel like that's like a Stanley Cup Finals kind of matchup. Just like...
I would agree.
But that's like the Battle of Florida. And also, I want to say the Battle of Ontario, that's probably the best one I'm watching right now. It's... The fans are buzzing. I love the Brady sucks chant. He scored in this game, actually. But that chant's fun. I mean, it's going to be great going into Ottawa. The Marner goal, he just flipped it right over. I think that one's best one for me.
I know you guys are both on Montreal. Did you see the news story about the Washington defenseman who is now out?
Who?
Martin. I'm going to get his last name wrong. Ferrarvi?
Ferrarvi?
F-E-H-E-R-V-A-R.
Oh, Fehervari?
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Nick. He had surgery on his knees, out for the whole playoffs.
Oh, that was today?
Tough.
Yep, that's what they just ruled after game one.
Well, it's going to be that with playoff hockey. And the Canadians are not going to take them easy.
The only time you'll hear an NHL team talk about an injury is when they have a surgery and they're done. They're done. If they have any chance of coming back, even in the Stanley Cup, you hear nothing.
They probably had to rebuild him. Like the $6 million.
Does that hurt Washington in your mind? It doesn't in my mind, but I mean...
No, they have John Carlson, Van Riemsdyk.
Yep.
They have a decor.
I think the other series, I'm very interested in Game 3 of St.
Pete Alonso just got another RBI, just so you know the machine is still running.
He feed the meter, everybody. I think the St. Louis-Winnipeg series, the reason why Game 3, and I will be watching until the end, both goaltenders are unreal. Watching both of them perform has been great. And again, both of those games, that could easily have been 2-1 St. Louis. It could have gone the other way. Like, they're in the game. Like, if you're St. Louis, you're not going back to St. Louis and like, man, we got our butts whooped. They're in both of these games.
Yeah, it's a very even matchup. Like, all of these, I think this is like the best first round matchups we've had in a while. And one of the most entertaining I've seen.
I think hockey is in a great spot. As far as watchability, as far as talent, as far as seeing things that you never can believe. And the other thing that again, thank you for all the technology upgrades. Watching these games with all the high def gear that you have makes it amazing to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And when you're watching two games at once, like I was last night, like you guys were with Edmonton, and
he's watching two games now as we're doing this. He's got like 15 monitors up there.
Mitch Marner has blood on his jersey. This is what the Battle of Ontario is doing to them.
This is going to be great. Again, this is what it takes to win a cup. And the other thing that I love is when they talk to the players. The players literally, like, even like Hudson, I know he was out of position on the overtime goal. There was no criticism because he played such a great game. It's like, hey, it's one play. He's going to learn. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
like,
he's a rookie.
These guys know how hard it is to get to the next level, and they know that you got to turn it up a gear. That's my question: is can the Oilers match McDavid on the gear he's going to be at, and can they outrace the LA Kings, for instance? Can St. Louis take it to another gear at home? Can these teams really turn this thing around? But again, a 7-game series, whoever wins 4 first deserves it, hands down.
All right.
And wait, you got to look back on like last year, when Edmonton made it to the Stanley Cup. What were they doing differently? How did they match McDavid? Like, McDavid had 42 points. He can't do it alone. No one's close to him. Seriously, he had more points than anybody in a playoff ever.
Who's the McDavid of your school or job? Leave a comment.
Who's the guy
person,
you just
who's the
watch
person
work?
Putting 42 points up at your job? Is it you? Is it supposed to be you, or are you sitting back and letting the Italians do all the work?
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of managers and executives who get the McDavid assist from somebody who did a bunch of work, and they're like, "Oh, I have it here. Hold on, I just got it."
That's exactly how I drew it up on my whiteboard.
He reads it, he goes, and everyone goes, "That manager, what a great job!" Yeah. And the McDavid of the office is like, "Nope, I get nothing for an assist, nothing at all."
Oh, man, good stuff.
Well, guys, I appreciate the time. We'll be covering the hockey playoffs. We'll be unwrapping some of these series and these games. We're looking at it from our standpoint of who we believe we feel good about. What's nice is Game 3, Game 4. Once you get into that, then we're gonna have a real meat and potatoes conversation. We're just getting into it, and then again, like we're talking about, injuries are starting to mount up. You got to have the endurance. You got to stay healthy. This is hockey.
That's right.
Nick, any closing thoughts to the fans? I know we have a couple, so we're starting to get some traction. What do you want to say to all your peeps out there?
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening in. This playoff, this is great. This is very entertaining. I mean, I love it. Playoff hockey, baby.
And even if McDavid loses in the series to the Kings, he will still end up with 40 points, apparently.
Yeah.
What he's doing is crazy. Watch a game. Just watch a game and then just shake your head. It's wild.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. You guys have a great evening.